Really, memorizing is only half the battle. Retrieving what you learned is just as critical. And you have some great strategies for retrieving that information. And one of the most common ones is just overlearning. And you give a percentage that you say, try to overlearn material by at least 20%. And there's no scientific basis for that, but at least that kind of sets the marker, the baseline to say, if you really want it to stick and have it accessible to you based on how long you want it accessible to you, you got to overlearn it.
You do, and I mean, forgetting, as you said, I mean, 20% is a made-up figure. I tell my students 20%, hoping they'll do 10%. The truth is, like, how much overlearning you would do really depends on how long you want to remember the content. The important thing to keep in mind is that forgetting is very real. Probably until 10 years ago, researchers thought that forgetting was just this passive thing that happened. Like, the brain can't be perfect, and therefore there's interference, there's some decay, and these other contributors to forgetting. More contemporary theories of memory suggest actually forgetting is a very active process, and you need forgetting in order to sort of make more recent learning more available. So one researcher gave what I think is a vivid analogy of this is, if you're on the highway and the speed limit keeps changing, if you want to know what the speed limit is now, it's really helpful if you not only get that speed limit in memory, but the old one is actually scrubbed away. And so that seems to be a very general principle of memory. And that's what you're fighting against. If there's something that you really want to remember, you need to overlearn it initially and then continue to practice it and use it if you want to hold on to it.